right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're watching the Silver Series Showdown. It is the finals, and the fixture we've got on display for you is going to be Shali versus Arif. And now the thing is active, super active here. Mm. Ooh, well, that would have been very different, but Shali Poppy is going to be in the red and Arif in the blue. That's a nice ball. Trying to play off to that right outside again. Doesn't look like it did work, but solid through pass right through the middle there. Tried to play through again. That's a beautiful 1-2, one touch pass. But the defense does its job there and thwarts that effort. But now there is more. Ooh, 360 roulette. Gets him dispossessed. Charlie Poppy on a strong start, but not too convincing so far. But there might be more where that came from. Launches a beautiful ball over to the right hand side there. Jairzinho might be going for the finish, but no chance, no dice. Arif on the ball. Launches through. Drops out it. Again, trying to hold on to the ball there a little bit more, but might decide to launch one. Charlie Poppy goal. And Charlie Poppy draws first blood. And the goal is in. And that's a beautiful way to kick off this finals. And now might be the launch that they have been looking for there to close the gap. But if they will be able to find their way through, they might be able to make something happen here. That's another pass over to the right hand side. That's a beautiful ball. One touch passing. I mean, Charlie Poppy has been on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so what we've got in store for you tonight is the Silver Series Showdown finale. As we've seen, majority of these players that we've seen so far, they have participated in this tournament to the major parts of what we've seen. We've seen a lot of teams here, but I think I'm going to give you guys the updated bracket. I'm going to update the bracket so we can all have an idea of what is on display here. Got the this was the bracket from the last week that we had. So now we're going to update this to the latest one now. So ladies and gentlemen, here you've got it, your final 8. We've got Emmy Kid going up against Andrew. We've got Arif going up against Shally Poppy. We've got Demoji going up against Dark Aces 23 and Slex going up against Mitch. So this is where the party is on, ladies and gentlemen, the Silver Series Showdown. It is where the action is going to be kicking off. So we all know the fixtures that we are expecting to see here. These players have been turning it up a notch. So to give you guys a little bit of context here, as to, who is leading and where they are leading from. But it's going to be a very interesting dynamic, though, to see, who's keeping tabs on who. Wait a minute. Let's take a quick gander, right, on the fixtures. So what we've got here is
we didn't like the
lineup.
result,
Slex goes up against Mitch. We've got Emmy Kid going up against
I
Andrew.
think that's giving
And
us
we've got Andrew's looking kind of dapper though,
motivation.
can't lie. Then we've
We
got Dark
performed
Ace
the
going
way
up
we
against
should have
Chaos and
performed.
Shally going up
That
against
doesn't happen
Harif.
often,
So this
and
is
we
going
won
to
for the
be
game.
the lineups for the matches we are expecting to see tonight.
Absolutely, I believe the team has another level.
So let me get
Tonight
your
is a chance for us
predictions
to
in
show
the
it.
chat.
We'll be
Who are
looking
you
at
expecting
our
to win
organization and
tonight, ladies and
decision-making.
gentlemen?
We're
This
focused and
is where
ready.
it kicks
Tonight, people will
off.
see the real FIFA empire.
This is where the action is going to kick off.
The key to winning the league is consistency. You can't focus on one game. You need results every week, and I think we've been getting that. We are focusing on discipline, teamwork, and taking our chances when it comes. Just because we lost one game doesn't mean the league is over. We have to win every other games. We'll focus on our performance.
So let's get those predictions, ladies and gentlemen. Let us get those predictions in the chat. Who do you think is taking this game? Who do you think is coming out on top?
Obviously, we have some
Who do you
experienced
think
players
is
who
going
step
to
up
get the
in
job
the big games
done?
and help lead the squad. I believe
Well, we're
our
about to
core
find
players
out,
in
ladies and
defense,
gentlemen.
midfield, will control the game for us.
right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It is match time. And the battle for the Silver Series Showdown has officially kicked off. And it looks like Charlie Poppy going up against Harif now. Charlie Poppy in the red, Harif in the white. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the show. Major technical difficulties, but it has been resolved. And now we continue the action. It is the Silver Series, and it looks like we just made it back in time for halftime. And the score is currently 1-0 in favor of Arif, aka Martial FC. Can Shali Poppy come back? Well, we're about to see. Garin Ogbene, Silva, Garincha. Immediately gets dispossessed there, but tries to hold the ball a little bit more. But that will be a free kick. Silva, Twanzebe, Kouassi. Holding on to the ball a little bit too more. Oh, finds a little bit of space, a pocket of space, and the goalkeeper just with a fingertip save. What a save from the goalkeeper that was. The corner kick. And now the pressure continues to mount on Shali Poppy, but the breakaway is on here now. Tries to lay one off to Barnes. Eusebio's on the ball, and he looks for an open space in behind. He finds Eusebio. He gets the ball back to Garincha. Silva. Oh, that's a beautiful ball through Eusebio. Barnes. Dispossessed by Ogbene. Holds the ball a little bit towards the right hand side again. Oh, high line. Very high line from Martial FC there, but it looks like he might be working, trying to play it right through the middle. That's a beautiful ball. Over to the other side, tries to spin through, but the defense is there, cuts it out immediately. And now there is a chance here. The Silver Series Showdown is in full swing, ladies and gentlemen. We already know what time it is. And a beautiful ball again, trying to play right through the center. Oh, that would have been a beautiful pass, but Silva had other thoughts. Esteves. Krupi offside. I was quite surprised how much time and space he had in behind there, but the referee and the linesman were equal to the task. And now Eusebio, Julie. Oh, just a beautiful ball from Julie there, but Barnes was not fast enough. Goalkeeper will cut that one out. Ogbene is on the ball again. Over to that right-hand side, they're pressing. And they're holding on the advantage. Yeah, they are looking very confident in the way they have been playing so far, but they need the goals and they need them to come quick. Garincha loses out. Krupi. Answer. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Goal! Martial FC. Well. Shali Poppy's getting absolutely packed in here. No chance for him, as Arif is going to be showing him levels. But there's more to be done here. 2-0 is the score. Harif is putting BTA right now. And now the pressure is on. The breakaway is on again. Oh, trying to slot one through, but unfortunately did not work out. Shali Poppy needs a goal and he needs it fast. And this might be the best time for that comeback to begin. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. He lays it through, but the goalkeeper was there to cut it out. My goodness. Not what I was expecting, but the job is done! Off the bar! Off the bar! Oh no, Charlie Poppy. I know he's punching the air right now. And this might be a nice opportunity for a switch of play. Garincha, back to Ansa, back to Garincha, but he was offside. Too many passes in that passing sequence will give the ball back to Charlie Poppy. Another chance for him to press forward and attack the ball, the space in behind again. Fabregas, oh, that's a beautiful ball to Julie. Can he cut inside? No chance for him. Does get dispossessed in that same sequence. Oh, what a save that was. What a save. Ooh, corner. Dispossessed again, but ball out inside. Off the bar again. Charlie Poppy. Unlucky. Twice in a row, he has hit the woodwork. But it's not about how far, it is about how well. Here comes Krupi again. Esteves. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Can he cut inside? He can! And a third! What a beautiful sequence from Arif. He shuts it all the way down, and again he presses forward with Ansa. And he might have those prayers answered as he goes up for three. And now there's another chance again. Oh, beautiful ball to Ansa. Cuts inside. I'm not sure what that was, but that was not it. Whatever that was, that was not it at all. Charlie Poppy needs to get one back. They need to play go, but it looks like that's not going to be the case this time around. Vieira gives the ball to Silva. Eusebio. Back to Eusebio again. Might be having some space to take a shot from outside the box here, but no, he decides to cut inside. And finally, Gugu has played. It's 3-1 the score. And Martial FC has to be very careful with this one. They can't afford to let it slip away, as Charlie Poppy may have just decided to find his stride. He has hit the woodwork twice now, and has finally found the back of the net. Oh, that's a beautiful ball again. Oh, sequence. Oh, the goalkeeper! Oh, the goalkeeper has been on timing today. And he stops that one dead in his track. That could have been something special. But that Martial tried to play one over to the right wing was cut out immediately as well. Charlie Poppy needs to find another goal to reduce the deficit to at least a 2-goal margin. Oh! But that pass was easily intercepted there by the centre halves. And now that could have been something different. 5 minutes to go on the clock. Charlie Poppy needs another goal. Martial FC will need another goal to shut this down once and for all. And they may just find it. And a quick ball and a quick sequence shut out immediately as well. And here comes Charlie Poppy now pressing forward. It's a 3-on-4. But can he find some space? He does. Eusebio. Goal. 3-2 the score. Could we see a remontada here, ladies and gentlemen, in the Silver Series Showdown? 3-2 the score. Martial FC could be in a world of trouble here. They were leading 3-0. And now there is a chance that they may just lose their lead. And here they come again. Charlie Poppy on the press forward. Eusebio down to Vieira. In ball to Barnes into the right hand side, and it might spray through into the corner into an open space down the middle, but he's immediately dispossessed. But he gives the ball away again, and he cuts it all the way back. Vieira dispossessed, but that could have been something special. Gives the ball away again. This time around, this might be the opening. Eusebio! 3-3, the remontada is complete. What a dagger. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to kick off the first game of the night. Eusebio with a 92-minute dagger. Marshall FC had no reason to give the ball away twice in the space of 12 seconds, but they got instantly punished for it, and they take the draw. My word. From a 3-0 lead, the sequence is lost, and Shally Poppy finds his way back. My goodness. You do not see remontadas like that every day, but my word, what a turnout this was. My word. Ladies and gentlemen, you can only see stuff like this in the Silver Series Showdown. My word. Wow. Haha. Well, that is a remontada and half. If you're talking about it. Woo. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the return leg. And we have kicked off. The action is on again in the second leg. Just watch the first leg. 3-3. 3 goals apiece for both sides. With a last minute equalizer for Shally Poppy. Managed to get his foot back in the game here, but Marshall, hopefully he has learned from that little mishap that he had towards the final stages of that game, giving the ball away so cheaply from the back line and the midfield. And it looks like he's going to press this one forward again. Oh, what a save! What a save from the goalkeeper. Oh, it looked like it was offside actually. Well, that would have been a very, very special save if it did work out the way it was supposed to there. What a goal. Quick ball from Charlie Poppy. And he leads the charge again. And now is kind of different from what we had in the first leg. Charlie Poppy was going behind, but now he is in front and it looks like an opening. May have just found himself here. Fuller! Goalkeeper, again, equal to the task. Gets the job done and gets it done right. But there is more where that came from. Ooh, Sulemana finds the left-hand side exposed, trying to exploit it, but can't seem to find a way around. Estevez drops the ball straight to Krupi. Krupi looking for space inside. That's a beautiful touch. But Julie would read that one and dispossesses him immediately. Silva. Voler. Voler's trying to make some space inside. Does get dispossessed. Oliver Kahn takes possession quickly. Plays the ball out wide to that left-hand side. And they will press the attack going forward again. Oh, that was very close to being a throw in. Ooh, well, what a splitting pass. But Twanzebe was equal to the task. Garincha now to Estevez. Estevez back to Krupi. Krupi trying to play in behind. Finds the space. Cuts in through. Garincha holds the ball again. Beautiful ball to Krupi. Krupi back to Voler. Voler dispossessed by Julie. And the ball is back into the midfield again. Charlie Poppy takes possession. Ball out wide. Not looking like there will be much to cover in that sequence. But Charlie Poppy doing his absolute best to keep hold of the ball here. And he is doing a magnificent job. But now there is more where that came from. More sequences to play out of. Silva. Oh, Fabregas. Offside. Saw that one a mile away. Well, it was worth the risk. Possession switches all the way back to Marshall FC. Harif needs to find a goal here and he needs to find it quickly. Sulemana. Oh, beautiful footwork. Almost found his way through. But absolutely dispossessed. Charlie Poppy on the breakaway again. Eusebio trying to make that darting run and he makes it again. But the goalkeeper was equal to the task. And he closes that down immediately with immediate alacrity. Estevez looking for a way through. Big ball drowned through to Krupi. Krupi tried to lay it out through for Valer there, but the centre halves were not asleep. Estevez again trying to play a sequence. Might be offside in that ball, but looks like he was not. Oh, that's a beautiful ball. Valer again, he finds the sequence, but unfortunately Charlie Poppy manages to read it time and time again, and we saw that in the last leg, giving the ball away very needlessly and carelessly as well. And there's more balls where that came from, but looks like Charlie Poppy is going to be blocked off again. The high line might be getting exposed here, but no chance. Onto the breakaway. That's a nice ball to Estevez. Immediately dispossessed. Didn't look both ways before crossing the street. Gets dispossessed again. Eusebio, oh nice quick pass again. Julie loses possession. Estevez trying to hold it in, but he loses out again. And that's a beautiful ball. Fabregas trying to slot it through, but no chance. Voler onto the front foot again. Drops it to Garincha. Garincha trying to hold the ball. He does hold it well. Estevez now into the breakaway. There's a space to be attacked there. Sulemana not quick enough. And the ball back to Charlie Poppy yet again. Quick ball out into the open space. He drops it through. Big chance. What a goal! Charlie Poppy on the beat. He is beating Marshall FC. And he just can't stop scoring. 2-0 now. And Sulemana has to do something. He has to pull a rabbit out of a hat here, but no chance. Dispossessed again. Charlie Poppy looks like he has found the antidote. And I know he ain't Travis Scott. But they're dropping through. Garincha. Does he go for a shot? No, he does not. Beautiful tackle. Stopped dead in his tracks. And that could be the one that they will lead into the charge here. Here they go again. Sequences. Getting exposed over to the latter. Nice ball down the middle. Julie's inside. Might decide to drop one through as well. Ooh, he read that one quite nicely though. Cuts it down. And it is half time. Ladies and gentlemen, half time. The Silver Series second leg. Charlie Poppy 2. Harif 0. And Charlie Poppy's probably telling him this thing, no be that the way they think. Absolutely not that thing he is thinking. Tell you that one. And the second half is on their way. And we had a very intriguing first half there with Martial going behind. Oh, the space has opened up! But the shot goes wide. I would expect a whole lot of better finishing from Krupi from that distance, but looks like that is not what we're going to have. Julie's now on the breakaway. It's a 3-on-3. Fabregas trying to lay the pass and he catches it perfectly. Chips over the top. 3-0. That is what we love to see. Research in motion. And Charlie Poppy is leading. And he is not giving this one a drop. He is not giving him a taste, a chance. Ooh. And here we go again. Pressure mounting. Finds the back of the net again. Charlie Poppy on the beat. 4-0. Martial FC has no answers for this one. He does not have the answers. He's getting absolutely destroyed here. And Charlie Poppy surely will advance to the next stage of the competition. Ooh, but he might be giving away the ball there in the wrongest position. And that might be a charge. And it could be a cause and effect to everything we have seen so far. But now there could be more where that came from, as they are trying to keep the ball under rigorous protection in that midfield. But doesn't look like it's going to be working either ways, because possession keeps getting lost here. Ball in behind to Julie. Kouassi. That's a nice ball to Eusebio. Could he have been offside? No. Oh, what a ball! But the goalkeeper equal to the task. And found a way through, but he might be able to get a shot off. But no, looks like it might be another corner. It is another corner. Cross inside. Shuli misses that one, but Carlos Alberto will not miss the rebound. Trying to spin inside again. I'm not sure why he went for the second turnaround, but he does win the corner. Another cross. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Tries to lay it out outside. He does manage to get it done, but loses out the ball again. Garincha. Julie. Garincha making a run into the space, but doesn't get picked out. Cafu. Silva. Looking for a way through. Doesn't look like he's found it just yet, but he keeps hold of the ball. Julie's chance inside. He does get dispossessed. Oh, but again, Marshall gives away the ball, and this time Julie will find the back of the net. Oh, well, I mean, fair play. A battering. It is called a battering, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we call a battering. A battering ram. We just saw someone get absolutely battered. Harif getting absolutely demolished there. His morale down the toilet. And that will be the end of the road for him. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second fixture. And it is going to be Mitch versus Slex. And Mitch is going to be in the pink, and Slex is in the black. Oh, Julie trying to low quick ball there to I believe that was a Krupi was immediately shut down, but he will go again. Jay with the ball, Krupi, Charlton. Oh, almost wiggled his way through there and found some space, but Charlton's probably gonna try on the other end. Vieira, Garincha. Michi's line is quite high though. Almost got exposed there, but it is part of the attacking pattern. And the quick sequence of passes there. Barnes, Voller, or dispossessed on the other hand. Esteves, Charlton, Julie. Try to find a space in behind there, but ooh, looks like he might be a little bit dispossessed there, but he has requested a pause. right, ladies and gentlemen, due to some technical difficulties here and there, but we are still active, and we've got our semi-finalists here. It's going to be Dark Ace going up against Charlie Poppy, and Mitch going up against Andrew. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to bring you the action any moment from now. Do not touch that dial. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is the semifinals, and it is Charlie Poppy going up against Dark Ace. Charlie Poppy in the red and Dark Ace in the blue. Cafu dispossesses. Oh yes, it is Dark Ace. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off first leg of the semifinals. And we'll try to hold on to the ball, play off to that left side. Cafu, Jill, Esteves, Gills, Hagi. Ooh, offside. Oh, he didn't go for the ball. Gotta respect that one though. But Fabregas is on the ball there. Eusebio's making one of those runs that he knows exactly how to make. Oh, take a look at the space in behind. Eusebio finds it, and that is the first goal. Charlie Poppy takes the lead just under 20 minutes. And now he is on the front foot. Dark Ace needs to find his way back, and he needs to find his way back fast, as there is no time for dilly-dallying here. There will be no chance. Oh, that's a beautiful switch and a beautiful swap of the ball there. Charlie Poppy holding on to the lines there. Julie. Eusebio, Fabregas, Silva. Oh, that's a beautiful pass, but he was not offside. Garincha gives the ball back to Silva. Silva still holds onto the ball there, trying to make a quick pass, but Hagi cuts it out. Ronaldinho. Oh, what a pass. What a pass to Torres. Is he going to cut it back to Ronaldinho? That might be the smarter choice, but no, he decides to cut inside instead and draw the ball out wide. Oh, that's a beautiful one-touch passing! But Oliver Kahn was equal to the task. Holds onto the ball. Makes a quick sequence of that one. And now they will hold on to the ball again. That pass, that pass, that pass, that goal. Charlie Poppy. Desperado. Many, many goals. 2-0 on the front foot yet again. This guy has been absolutely on a tear. And now there is more where that came from. If Dark Ace is willing to find out. Trying to play a quick pass there. Finds his way through. Usually, can he get the ball? He can't. But Silva breaks the passing sequence again. Gets the ball back. Garincha. Quick ball again. Barnes. Trying to make a quick touch into that open space. But it will be dispossessed instead. And Julie takes the ball away from him. Ball lost in the midfield. Carlos Alberto. Silva. Cafu. Cafu's playing on the right back onto the playing the back four. You can see where the plans are just relaying there. And he finds the back of the net for the third goal. In under 35 minutes on the clock. Charlie Poppy is doing it again. He is mixing and mastering his opposition. And now there's more to be left desired here. Estevez is going to find his way back to the ball there, but he gives the ball away again. Eusebio, Garincha in behind, dispossessed. Really high risk play there coming through. And he does give the ball away, cuts back, and that is a job well done. 4-0. And he packs it in. Dark Ace getting absolutely mummified here. Probably screaming for help. And he had a major chance to turn this game on his head when it kicked off, but unfortunately didn't take his chances, and he's paid dearly for it. And now can he find something? I mean, Charlie Poppy is known to capitulate. We saw him do that against Marshall FC and against Arif in the first fixture. He did capitulate in the first leg, giving away a 3-goal lead. So there is still a chance that something happens here, but he needs to find a goal, and he needs to find it quick. But Oliver Kahn, once again, claims the ball. That's a good pass. Oh, Julie into space. Tried to play one out wide there. Or rather, play a little bit more centrally, but got stopped in his tracks. And it is halftime. 4-0 for Charlie Poppy. And he has 1 foot in the finals. All he has to do is see this through. He cannot allow himself to capitulate like he did against Arif in the first leg. He cannot allow this lead to slip away. And we are underway for the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the GG Arena Silver Series Showdown. It is the semi-finals here, and Charlie Poppy is running away with it yet again, as we saw him do in the quarterfinal. It looks like he might be doing a little bit more here. That's a beautiful pass. Tries to spin his way around and make some space in behind. Doesn't look like there is much chance for him though. Gives the ball to that right hand side. Ronaldinho taking the quick passes, but no chance. Garincha loses out the ball again. Another ball dropped into that middle position. He cuts inside and through play a little bit closer. Fabregas looking for a way through. He finds a way through, trying to lay one up over to that right hand side. Does get dispossessed again. And the ball has been dropped over the top. Jill, Cafu, as Barnes trying to get tight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is the second leg after that first leg defeat. Charlie Poppy taking the first leg, and now we're about to watch Dark Ace try to recover that one. But no, he's off the rip again in under 3 minutes. The first goal already in. Eusebio takes that one to the bank. The Silver Series semifinals, the second leg live in action here. Charlie Poppy immediately putting the work in, getting the job done here. And is trying to see it all the way through. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Cuts inside again. Oh! Solid defending from Dark Ace there, but that was very, very close. Too close for comfort, if you ask me. Way too close for comfort. But the job is not done just yet. And there is a lot of bases to cover here, but we'll see how that will progress. There is more where that came from. And it looks like Charlie Poppy is already feeling it, trying to lay one up to that central position, be utilizing Eusebio's runs. We've seen those runs time and time again. And that would have been something special if he managed to drag the ball back in that quick snap of the foot. Silva, Eusebio's with the ball again. Fabregas into space. 2-0. 2-0. And Charlie Poppy making quick work of his opposition yet again. And it is one of those days.